But even though the Tao is unknowable, it has an order which can be recognized in nature. This kind of order is called Li, a word which meant the markings in jade or the grain in wood. Li kind of means organic order, the random yet perfect patterns of flowing water, the shapes of trees and clouds and snowflakes. It is by observing Li that we can see the workings of the Tao. Lao Tzu and Chong.
This totally makes sense if Dao just means energy and Li just means like order that comes from randomness. The
Well,
order.
it made me think of the mathematics that is present within nature.
Yeah, this all makes sense if we just don't add mysticism to it. You know what I mean? This makes sense if you don't make it any Dao or Li, anything like supernatural or special, and then it makes sense.
Zhuangzi point out that because the Tao lies at the root of all existence, the universe takes care of itself perfectly well, of its own accord. Sun goes up, sun goes down. Tide goes in, tide goes out. Never a
You can't explain that.
miscommunication. Life.
Wait, that's hold on. That that reference?
That's Bill O'Reilly and David Silverman.
Yes. Okay.
Never.
Oh, that's a deep cut.
Do you think he knew that? Is that his reference? Because he just said never a miscommunication. That's like
The universe takes care of itself perfectly well, of its own accord. Sun goes up, sun goes down. Tide goes in, tide goes out.
You can't
Never
explain that.
okay. Wait, I keep having to go back.
The rhythm of life which rises from the earth, grows, matures, decays, and eventually returns to the earth. It all happens without force, or orders, or effort. Change is the only constant, but this change is regular, recognizable, and fundamentally good. That is Tao, or at least how
Fundamentally good. Okay, that's like where you lost me. There's objectively nothing good or bad about any of this.
I understand it. Lao Tzu and Chuang-Tzu make it very clear that the Tao cannot be expressed in words, and this is an important part of Taoism. Language is limited and based on our
Okay, I'm against that. Now I'm against that because all of this, like, yeah, it's true. There is no inherent purpose to any of this. The base of it is randomness, but you get stability from certain order within nature, and that's why things that are orderly last longer, and that those orderly systems are created without anybody or anything pushing it towards that. However, I think this is wrong. This is anti-science. I think the scientific method has done a very good job at putting all of this into numbers and in language, and in explaining all of this. Right. So this
Well, and also like
this sounds
thing is,
this part sounds, maybe I'm wrong, but not very likely, sounds a bit anti-intellectual to me. Do you know what I mean? This part of it. But go
well,
on.
you're getting postmodernist flavor
Oh,
in your
yeah.
mouth from it. Well, here's the thing, though. That's not completely inaccurate, though. Like, language is limited. Like, a single word trying to describe something cannot encapture everything about that thing, right? Like, language is a tool that we use to think. It's a tool that we use to try to elicit the same or similar, like, precognitive label in another person. So it can't capture everything. Almost no word can capture everything about any given
Right,
noun.
but it's not that black and white, right? So it's true that you're not going to be able to completely capture it, but that doesn't mean you should completely abandon the effort, because it captures to enough degree for it to be useful to us, right? So you can't be like, oh, it's not going to capture it completely, so we shouldn't use language to explain it. No, because it captures it enough. It has captured it enough for it to become so useful for us to try to explain it.
Wait, we have Robert here. Hi, Robert.
Oh,
Robert
hi.
is one of our directors. Saying
Hey.
Daoism sounds pretty much like pantheism, as this kind of existence is divine.
I don't know, because pantheists are mostly like Spinoza's God, and like they are mostly science. Pantheists are usually scientists who use language a lot to explain nature and the universe. So I don't know. Apostle Prophet saying the part that you will be against, Armin, is that Daoism basically says stop worrying and putting effort into things, just go with the flow. Yeah, I see value in that only part, as part of your day, not your entire day. Yeah, that would be like, that's very destructive way of looking at the world. Like, that's going to stop us from moving forward and making progress. That's very dangerous, actually.
And we just got a super chat really quickly. Ravi gave us 100 rupees. Wow, thank you, Ravi. Saying Wokes resembles new religion with new set of sacred values and blasphemy, censorship, moral policing. The death of one religion gives rise to another. Well, that's not the topic of today's stream, but go check out our other content where we talk about stuff like this.
Yeah, and thank you for the super chat. Oh, here, Apostle Prophet saying, when the Tao is lost, there is goodness. When goodness is lost, there is morality. When morality is lost, there is ritual. Ritual is, okay, where is this? The husk of the faith, of true faith, the beginning of chaos. I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
I'm going to think about that.
When Tao is lost, there's goodness. I don't know if that means anything. Maybe the reason why I don't know what it means is because it doesn't mean anything. Become the Republic.
Thank you for the super chat, AP.
That's very sweet. Thank you.
Of Daoism. Language is limited and based on our human perspectives, which are narrow. Language puts ideas in boxes, but you can't put the Tao in a box in the same way you can't put a river in a bucket. The aim of Daoism then
What
is
about many buckets?
Feel the Tao.
I mean, like, you can put.
You can make it down.
You can use a lot of different languages to capture an entire idea.
Yeah. This seems. Again, I'm all for going, like, sometimes letting go and going with the flow. That should be part of. But I also plan that, right? But not always, right? Like, that should be a certain part of your day or your week or your month. But if that's all you do, then there's no room for progress.
In a bucket. The aim of Daoism then is to help people feel the Tao, to see it in nature, and to be able to move in harmony with it. And one way to do this is through Wu Wei. Okay,
yeah. Your feelings are not a very good way of analyzing what's happening around you. Our brains are extremely flawed at recognizing patterns, at making
sense. It's good at recognizing patterns, but we're also bad at it.
No. By good, no. It's very bad. Like, just because it overdoes it, that doesn't mean it's good at it. It sees pattern where pattern doesn't exist. It sees correlation where correlation doesn't exist. And even if there is correlation, it attributes causation when the correlation should not be explained by causation. It sees agency when there's no agency. Your feelings shouldn't be the way that you analyze your environment. Your feelings should be the goal, the end result. You try to enhance your feelings by making them more positive. It's where the positive feelings, increasing positive feelings and reducing negative feelings, should be your goal. That shouldn't be the tool that you use to move forward. That should be the end destination. Again, and because our brains are flawed, we come up with systems and methods that are adjust for the flaws. Right? We come up with we recognize logical fallacies. We come up with a scientific method because, again, our feelings are not reliable, right? And then we see, like, based on the performance of these methods, we realize that some of them are trustworthy and some of them aren't. And then we rely on superior methods. Our feelings are one of the worst things to rely on to figure out how to move forward.
It's true Wu Wei.
And also subscribe to our newsletter, because if we get removed from all these platforms, at least we could reach out to you. And guys, by the way, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you get a free copy. Where's your copy, Susanna? Get it. We're doing promotion. You get a free. It's not even promotion. It's free. Okay, so if you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description, you get a free copy of Why There's No God. Come on, like, I'm handing it out for free. Okay, it's a bestseller on Amazon, and you get it for free. So subscribe to our newsletter, and you get a free copy of Why There's No God sent to you. Link in the description.